This part takes a few minutes, but it gets going pretty good. This part takes a few minutes, but it gets going pretty good. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen here, and we will get started immediately here. Okay. Oh. Hope everybody could hear me okay. Mark, good morning. Good morning. Let me post my links here for my class, all the good stuff. All right. And let me share my screen. It's not going to be fun if I don't share my screen. There we go. There's my Zoom. There's my screen. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Perfect. Dave, Ed, Infinitely, good morning, and good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. Tanya, good morning. Hope things are well with everybody. All right. Now, folks, just so you know, I'm having a VIP room today at noon, and I'm having a class, Gap to Green, and I posted the links in the channel for you. And I'll talk a little bit more about that before we conclude. Brian, good morning. So good to see everybody here. Look at that. We got a lot of folks here. This is good. This is what I'm talking about. So let's talk a little bit about the market and jump through all the hoops. So this morning, again, we're opening down. We're going to open lower again, which gives us an opportunity to trade higher, kind of like we did yesterday. We caught a couple of stocks. I think we caught AMD and we caught Caterpillar on the way, not Caterpillar, Boeing on the way down. I always confuse Caterpillar and Boeing because they're similar companies, but the market is definitely opening up down today. We do have some data. We've got retail sales, we've got industrial production, and we got Fed speakers talking. Howard, Gary, Deacon, Jody, look at that. Everybody's here today. I love this. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Glenn, TLD, wow, this is fun. I love it. It's so much fun doing this live versus doing it after the fact. It's just so much more interesting and exciting, and I have so much fun with you guys doing it this way. So, and if you guys have any questions that I'm missing, please feel free to bring up. So, we do have some Fed speakers. We do have some data. We also have earnings today. We've got KMI. We've got Alcoa. We still have Schwab. This is going to reflect, interestingly, on the bank stocks. Discover Financial, U.S. Bancorp. So we do have earnings, and then we get into more earnings tomorrow. But as far as I'm concerned right now, this is the start of a major earnings season. Good morning, TLD Global. Look at you, all fancy there. So the market is looking softer this morning. And the first thing I want to point out is the bond market. Now, I sent you guys a telegram yesterday, and I hope everybody's on my Telegram channel. If you're not, just go to rogerscott.com/telegram. It would behoove you not to sign up. But I think most of you guys are getting this link from the Telegram channel, so you guys should be okay. The point I wanted to make is this. If the bond market continues breaking down, and we broke down the first level right here, now we're at a second level. So if you look at it on a weekly basis, you'll see that it's breaking down. And if the bond market continues breaking down, the odds that the Fed is going to lower rates in March is going to continue declining. And I'll just break really quickly to the odds right now, because every day I show you the odds. Remember, we went as high as 68%. We're at 61.4% right now. And I'll talk about this in a little bit. But the more this goes down, and it's really interesting, but I'm really pointing out a fundamental factor for you guys that's very, very important. If the bond market keeps going down, this number will infinitely get lower. And if this number gets lower, it's going to put more pressure on the stock market. Now, good morning, Dr. Serena. Welcome. So the stock market made a swing high right here, trapped a bunch of buyers. Now we're coming off as we predicted or expected, not predicted. We're not really predicting anything. We're just basing everything based on price action. But you could see here, we're trading now below the 8-day EMA, at least right now. Now, we could come back up like we did yesterday right here, but the fact that we're sitting near yesterday's lows right now is not a positive sign. And if you look at yesterday's trading action, look at that. We hit a pocket right here. We tried to test the high twice. Couldn't do it. backed away, and then broke this low. That's not really good. That's not really good price action right here. This is sloppy price action, and the fact that we're opening near the low and we couldn't get it up at night is not positive at all. So from where I'm sitting right now, this is very negative price action. I'm not liking this at all. And by the way, I also warned you guys about the Russell 2000. And if you look at the Russell 2000, I really wanted to sell it yesterday. I don't know why I didn't. But hindsight's 2020. Remember, I said when we were up at this level that there are increased odds that we're going to come down back into the range. Well, look at where we're at right now. This was the swing high. We trapped all the bulls right here, and then we went down. And look at where we're at right now. Look at longer term basis. See that line I drew? Remember when I told you we went up here and now we're coming down? I think we're going to come down all the way to the bottom. And by the way, if you look at our best friend Kathy Woods, which the best trader in the world, I'm being grossly sarcastic right now, you will see that she did exactly the same thing. Remember I drew these lines a couple of years ago? And I said nothing is good's going to happen till we break out, and I mean really break out. Well, remember I said we tried, we huffed and we puffed. We suckered a bunch of hands right here, and nothing good happened. All right. And nothing good happened. Hey, Jim, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. So anyways, my point here is very, very simple. I think the market is in a downdraft right now. Now, looking at the QQQ, which I'll also take a look at with you right now. Oops, went one too far. JB, good morning. Right here. If you look at the QQQ, which isn't faring any better, you will see that we're looking very similar. And I drew this triangle right here. And again, looks like we're breaking right below this level. What I'm fearful of is that we're going to come down right to these levels. And the fact is, this high was higher than this high. So unlike the S&Ps, which had some help from consumer staples and other sectors, we didn't really get much of an assistance or help from the NASDAQ 100 in going higher. So the tech is now weaker, not stronger than it could be. And that puts us in a big, big pickle. So I'm not liking the tech. I'm not liking small caps, and I'm not liking the S&P 500. Now, if you look at all the sectors right here, you will see that momentum levels have still not really come off. Matter of fact, if you look at the S&P 500 on a 50-day moving average, it's coming down. But remember, I said it can come down real, real slow. And if it comes down real, real slow, see that? No matter how it comes down, since every time, not every time, but most of the time it comes up here, it comes back down. So I'm actually looking for volatility via the VIX to start moving higher as it's been doing right now, and potentially moving up to the 200-day moving average. And I know a lot of folks think the VIX is dead, that it's not moving, that it's not doing anything, but that's not the case. Ira says, is there a fixed time for this? Not really, Ira. I usually do it between 7:30 and 8 in the morning. It just depends on when I wake up and get my charts together. I'm trying to sleep in a little bit because I see no reason to wake up before 7 these days. So just depends, between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. But I always post on my Telegram channel, which you guys should sign up for. If you guys haven't signed up for my Telegram channel, go right here. And you'll be notified when I go live. I post this link in the free Telegram channel, and you guys can just click it and go live. Or if you sign into the YouTube channel, if you click the bell and become members of my YouTube channel and click that bell, it'll notify you every morning when I go live. But I'm live every morning, and I'm about to go through some good stuff right now. I'm about to give you some stocks and a hit list, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So just to review, bond market, not happy. Stocks, not liking what I'm seeing. Volatility's rising slowly, not happy. Uncle Roger's not a happy camper about the market, which is why we've been starting to trade to the short side. But one of the benefits of this is it gives us opportunities to find more stocks to the short side that we otherwise wouldn't be able to get. So let's talk a little bit about the big picture, and then I'll get into my hit list for today. So retail sales data is coming over. It's coming out today. We got retail sales, and we got industrial production, and we got business inventory and housing market. Do not do anything before 10 a.m. Morning, Matthew. Oh, Matt, it's you. What are you doing over here? What you doing over here, Matt? Oh man. Possibly buying options. I'll talk about that in the VIP room today. If you remind me, Howard, I'll be talking about that. And the VIP room is noon today. And by the way, I'm going live at noon. Here's the link. And here's a link to something else that I'm doing at 1 p.m. It's called Gap to Green. It's pretty cool. So, a lot of news today, a lot of data. Please, please, please don't be a sitting duck and trade before 10 a.m. today. We also have the Beige Book at 2 p.m. today, and we have Fed speakers. We're going to have a very interesting session today. Hopefully, we'll get off on some trades. Boeing, which we took, thank you, Boeing, for giving us a nice short yesterday in the trading pit, and thank you, AMD. It was down, it was downgraded, and this stock just can't catch a break. New York Empire Manufacturing Index didn't do well yesterday, tumbled to a 3.5-year low. And by the way, banks aren't doing all that great now. I've been sending you some telegrams on that yesterday. Bonds aren't doing well. Waller stated yesterday that inflation would permit the central banks to reduce interest rates, carefully calibrated and not rushed. Does that sound like a March reduction? With economic activity and labor market in good shape and inflation coming down gradually, I see no reason to move as quickly or cut as rapidly as in the past, which tells us no soup for any of us in March. And that means that this number right here, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting money on this, literally. This number is going to go down to 30% before we're done. And I'm not backing away from it. We got earnings on PLD. PLD, if earnings are during the morning hours, it'll give us ability to trade it. I don't trade stocks that have earnings upcoming. I only trade stocks that have earnings that have already passed. But U.S. Bancorp's coming out. Schwab, this will be an important one. Schwab has turned into a bank for all intents purposes. PLD's coming out. And Alcoa, this is a great stock to trade. Core retail sales is coming out. All of this data is coming out in about 35 minutes. U.S. export and import prices is coming out, and industrial production is coming out. And this is a pretty big report. Europe is not giving us any tailwind. Matter of fact, they're blowing wind right in our face, not doing us any favors. China is sharply lower. Remember, China is a major catalyst, and we've been finding a lot of stocks that are ADRs, Chinese ADRs, that have in fact been moving in the wrong direction, moving lower. And like YUMC and others. Oh, there we go. My camera was not straight. Nikkei reached a 34-year high, giving us a little bit of a tailwind, but utilities and healthcare are declining, which is very interesting because those are defensive. So we're getting a little tailwind from Japan, we're getting no tailwind from China, and we're getting no tailwind from Europe. Now, with that said, let me talk a little bit about the stocks that I'm liking right now. So I'm gonna be very brief, and because we talk about this at length during the afternoon session, but these are stocks that I'm looking at right now for some potential upsides, and I'll also talk about downsides. I'm looking at AMD this morning. This is my morning hit list, guys. I'm looking at Microsoft this morning. I'm looking at Visa this morning. I am looking at TJX this morning. And you'll notice that a lot of the stocks I talk about are repeaters. The reason is if a stock is strong, I stay with it. I don't move on to different stocks. IBM, two things that I wish I did that I didn't do. I wish I went long IBM, and I wish I went short Russell last 2 days. The reason I regret it is because I was this close to doing both, and I just didn't want to tempt fate because we were doing so good. Home Depot. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I really like Home Depot right now. CNM. Now, but you got to be careful because if the market goes down, we're going to be looking to the short side. Core Main, not a stock, very familiar. Matt, make a note of this stock. I may want to put this in top alpha stock. This stock looks fantastic right now. CNM, this stock looks great right now. And not even for purposes of market timing. It just looks really good. Sienna, really breaking out. I like the stock. I like how it's breaking out right now. Spotify, which isn't doing really great this morning. I think it had earnings and earnings were bad, so we're not gonna, or maybe the earnings came out, but I still like the stock. If it starts gaining up, we may want to start hitting it again. WMG. Oops. Warner Music. Now, Warner Music was owned by the Bronfman family. That's the family that I was trading for about 20 something years ago, the 10 richest families in the world. That was the Bronfman family. I talked about it extensively during last summer when I was in Puerto Rico about my background and how I started. But I traded for the Bronfman sisters. Their older brother was the owner and manager. They also own Universal Studios. It's so funny. You pass Universal Studios with somebody, you're like, yeah, we should go there. They're like, yeah, we own it. It's kind of fun. True story. Can't make this stuff up if you try. Uh, so Warner Music, I don't know why I brought it up, but I brought it up because I know the Bronfmans used to own this. And let's do a few more. One more, actually, ANF. Another stock I may want to put into my top alpha stock because it's breaking down so well. Look at this. Matt, make a note of this one for the top alpha stock. This one and that CNM, they both look fantastic. I may want to put two in. And now to the short side. Nike. Nike's finally breaking down. And by the way, if things go down in China, they did, huh? They did, huh, El Wiener? Yeah, yeah. Billionaires, what are you going to do? But now Claire Bronfman is in prison for 8 years because she decided to be part of a cult. Anyway, I like Nike. I think it can break down a little bit more into this, but I'm not crazy about the fact that we're already in this range. Another one is more. We're going to start getting some more shorts, which will increase the amount of stocks we're going to be able to give you. Instead of giving you 3 short stocks, I'll be able to give you 10 and 10 instead of 20 and 3. We're a little lopsided right now. Murphy Oil, I've been talking about this stock since it broke down right here and right here. We've been on this stock for a while now. NTR, another one. Nutrien. Not a lot of stocks breaking down right now, but if a stock is breaking down right now, look, think about this. Look at the stock market and look at where the stock market is and where it's going. So if the stock market is doing this and you're seeing stocks like NTR, they're doing this, or you see stocks like this. This is one of those Chinese stocks that I was talking about. If you see stocks doing that, that means if the stock market starts coming down, these stocks aren't going to bounce. They're going to keep going down. This whole thing about overbought, oversold, you guys got to stop thinking that. You got to start thinking, what is the stock market doing in relationship to? Trust me, if the stock market loses 10% today, I don't care how good these stocks are. They're going to go down. All right. So I will be with you guys at noon. Before I go, let me give you one more link. So remember, I am going to be live in the VIP room. And after VIP room, we're going to go live again at 1 p.m. to talk about gaps. So I'm going to be revealing my top three gap to green stocks at 1 p.m. today. You don't want to miss out. Click the link below right there in your chat box. Join me. It's a huge week. I'm launching a new strategy, gap to green. It talks about short-term reversals. It's happening at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Now, these 3 stocks that I'm going to give you, they just pinged on my scanner, and they look ripe for my gap to green. You guys are going to love that. It's a simple swing trading strategy targeting some of the biggest stocks in the market for potential rebound over a couple of days. You don't want to miss out. Follow the link here. Hey, Ira. So I will see you guys later. If I didn't cover something this morning, feel free to email me right here, comments, feedback, anything positive or negative, and I would love to chat with you about it. I'm going to be watching the market like a hawk. I'm not going to be doing anything for the first half hour. The game plan today is look for stocks, hopefully gap down. Basically, the game plan for this morning, if we start filling the gap to the upside in the S&P right here, let me just show you. The game plan is here's the SPY. So here's this is yesterday, this is today. So we're going to open down here. If we start filling this in, I'm going to be looking for really strong stocks. If we start going down and breaking the low, I'm going to start looking for weak stocks, and hopefully there are some that we could trade. But please, please, please don't do anything the first half an hour. And if you have any questions, email me. And please, if you have the trading pit, then you're in good hands because I broadcast every move I make there. Hope you guys have a great day. comment on this channel. Let me know if you guys are liking this video. Comment on this channel, and I'll see you guys at noon. Have a great day. Today's going to be the coldest day that we've had in this area this year. It's going to get into the 30s. I'm keeping my blanket on. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Thank you, Dr. Serena. Take care. Bye.